I'm showing you how to get a 9.62% guaranteed interest rate from the US government. Stay tuned. So no, this isn't clickbait. You really can get 9.62% guaranteed by the government, and that is through the Series I bond. Now, these are bonds that are linked to inflation, and so the interest rate is going to change every 6 months. And you can actually go directly to the website to purchase these things. So here we are at Treasurydirect.gov is where you can go and set up an account in order to get the 9.62%. You can see it right here on the screen. It shows news. The initial interest rate on the new Series I savings bonds is 9.62%. You can buy I bonds at this rate through October 2022. So what they're saying is you can get in at this interest rate today and hold on to it for the next 6 months. And then in that 6 months, the interest rate is going to adjust again. And it may or may not go up or down depending on what inflation is going to be. And so it uses inflation to dictate what that interest rate is. So of course, with everything, there's going to be some drawbacks. And what are the big drawbacks to this? Well, the first is that you can only get $10,000 worth. So if you were anticipating you could put in $1 million, say, yes, Nick, you found it. This is the greatest idea you've ever found for us. 9.62%. I'm throwing in $1 million. Well, it's not possible. The limit for these bonds is $10,000 per person per calendar year. So although you can, get a great return, it's not a huge bang for your buck at $10,000. But there still is some usefulness in that. If you have some cash sitting on the sidelines, you don't know what to do with it, you're still worried about investing, this may be a nice little place to park it so that you can pick off some of that interest in the meantime. Now, what are some of the other drawbacks? Well, it's taxed as interest, and it's taxed at the federal tax rate, not taxed at the state income tax rate, which is great. So that's a positive. However, you are still taxed federally on the interest. There's a caveat to education planning. You can actually use these to pay for schooling and not be federally taxed, as similar to like a 529 plan. One of the other drawbacks is that you have to at least hold on to it for a year. So if you were hoping to use this for only 6 months and then get out of it, well, it's not the case. You have to hold on to it. So it works in essentially the same way as a CD. You're going to have to be locked in for at least a year. And one of the other caveats or rules to this is that if you hold it for less than 5 years, you lose out on 3 months worth of interest. One of the other drawbacks is you have to set up the account through the federal government website, which, as you know, those things are never easy to get set up. So here we are on Treasurydirect.gov. It's real simple to get set up. If you go down here, it says in this green box, how to buy Series I. Click on that, it takes you here. And on this page, if you scroll down, paper or electronic form is going to be easiest. You click on Treasury Direct, open an account, and boom, here you are. You go through the steps, and once you're done with the steps, it'll take you through to print out the paper version. Take it to the bank and go get what's called a signature medallion guarantee. Now, those can really be found at credit unions and banks, really nowhere else. So it can be challenging to go get that kind of stamp of approval, and then you can submit that in and get your account set up to buy the bonds. Now, of course, because this is considered investing, right, you need to make sure that you're talking to us to see if this is a good idea. I wouldn't recommend you just go out and do this without consulting with us first, because there are other things that are tied up with your financial plan to make sure that you're not damaging yourself by taking maybe money out of the market or doing some other crazy things to get some cash into something like this. So there you have it. Those are the drawbacks. Those are the positives. There are a lot of positives to this. If you understand some of the drawbacks and those aren't a big deal to you, you can still get a really nice interest rate and kind of take advantage of inflation where it is today. So that's how you take advantage of the 9.62%. I hope that's helpful. Hope you learned something. Jump onto the Treasurydirect.gov website, check it out for yourself. If you have questions, let me know. Be happy to help you. Was that video helpful? If so, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you're not a client already, why not? Reach out to us for a free initial consultation. I'm Nick Bautista with Clearview Wealth Management. You can contact me through the website at clearviewfpg.com or give our office a call, 949-333-6394. We look forward to talking to you.